Welcome to the second episode of TLG Talks. Today, as you can see, there are plenty of people around me. We're going to go through quickly and just get everyone's names, IGN's favorite/main champ down, and then we're going to get started with the main point of today, which is going to be this team-based draft-off. It's going to be kind of fun, not very serious, but still at the same time we're not going to int draft like freaking EG drafting Nidalee Renekton. So
that's a good draft.
That was not a good draft.
That's not bad.
Okay. So we're going to start on this end, and we're going to go around. So name, IGN, and then main champ / favorite champ.
I'm Ethan. My IGN is Birdkeeper. I like to play a ton of Ashe right now, and I play mostly bot.
Well, I'm Ray. I'm Straws. I'm pretty much a two-trick Hecarim and Diego. I'm not supposed to leave that.
I'm Patric Avila. My favorite champion is Talia, and I like to win.
You win too.
Oh, hey, I'm Billy. I can't say my IGN actually because, but I can't say my IGN.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm a Kiana player, and I run.
I'm Kevin. My IGN is the first Poro, and I'm the second best NAR in NA.
Hello, my name is Steven. I was a top lane player, moved down to support. My favorite champion is Camille, but if it's in the support role, it's Karma, and I was the second best Karma in NA.
Nice. Oh, I want to add something. I'm number one Heck.
At the end.
Maybe when Mouse isn't online. So, set. Who wants to do blue side, red side?
We'll take red.
Do you want red?
We'll take blue side over here.
Okay, so we're not gonna have time. You can talk about it. You can do whatever the hell you want. So start with bans, of course.
So you take round.
So are the assumptions that we're under is that we are the best players in the world, or we are?
Let's do Collegiate.
Okay, Collegiate.
Okay.
All right, got you.
We can do. How about we do collegiate, then professional, and then immaculate.
What's more?
Robot.
Korean.
Yeah,
Korean.
like best. No flaws.
World's finals.
Oh,
World's
okay.
finals.
World's finals.
Yeah.
Finals.
No
With the macros.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting first draft is collegiate level.
Sure.
There's a couple of really good collegiate picks I think that we can pick up.
You're right.
Like
Okay, but we start with
Okay.
bans.
But obviously coming into mind, like there's picks that like we don't need to ban.
So you guys keep talking
So a
about
couple of good ones
Okay.
like Hecarim, Jinx, Zeri,
Are the mics picking up what you're saying?
Yeah.
Karma is really
It's
good.
super nice. Yeah.
I think Ari Vega.
I mean, very
I think
good.
it's
In NA, it's always very bad.
I think
And
Jace
then-
is good.
Jace is still good.
So red
I
always
think it
bans
still
very.
depends on
And then blue
player
side has
piloting.
the
But if you have like a good blind with
I don't think
like,
for Collegiate, I don't think Collegiate players are that
So
good.
what do you think is your first ban?
So
for our first ban,
Yeah.
we're blue side, right? So
Yeah, blue side.
we want to ban basically stuff that would counter our blinds or have good counter picks to our strong blinds. So on this side, we'd probably just ban something like, let's say, we can ban Camille.
Camille. Okay, so we're gonna start with
Yeah, sorry. I don't care about any of that. Like the rest of my plan is like targeted. I think Zeri is really fun.
It's next ban.
The Collegiate is very forgiving.
Okay, we selected Zeri as
I want to do
Not
Karma for
surprising.
sure first pick if we can.
Karma first pick?
Yeah, they need to ban Karma.
If you-
They need to ban Hecarim.
Okay, so ban number 2.
I'd say I'd ban a support.
I'd also ban support.
I'd ban Naruto.
Yeah, that was
ban
good.
Naruto.
I think Karma.
In that situation, they're forced to ban Karma. And
Yeah.
we can play
ban
bot lane
Nautilus.
for free.
Yeah,
So you're gonna go with
Yeah,
Nautilus.
We chose Nautilus.
yeah.
Nautilus. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nautilus. Probably true bans
Yeah.
Karma than other
They have to handshake.
Yeah.
Nautilus is like one of the best supports to counterpick or Karma with, so we should take out the Karma.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's-
Yes.
yeah, we expect that. We expect the Karma ban.
As the Karma one trick, I can agree.
Yeah, Karma's OP.
She's very good.
I love Karma.
And then strong blind, I feel like it's
Okay.
actually Jinx right now as an AD carry.
I'd say if we ban Jinx, then we handshake the A or B tier ADCs, in which
Yeah,
case
yes.
then we either choose a Fearless or
Fearless.
Jhin.
Jhin.
And both of which are kind of just dependent on
We
support
don't,
matchup.
we don't need to ban.
So we don't ban the ADC, we have to force them to ban the
Yeah,
ADC,
yeah.
so we can just ban
Probably
a bad mid laner or a
just don't
crazy
care
jungler.
what else.
Like Hecarim.
Yeah,
I would
they
ban-
pick Jinx, we do
I would ban
that. I
Diego.
think
Yeah,
that's
I
a
would
good
ban Diego.
handshake.
I'll ban Diego.
Yeah, I'd buy. I would
So we're gonna go with
a lot of teams.
We're gonna go with Diego.
Yeah.
Because now they're forced to ban
So
Jinx.
for-
Because if we take Jinx, then they have to take Aphelios, and then we should
and then we
handshake
change.
into, if they take the rest, we take
And then
Jinx. Lulu.
what is the last ban before we get into draft?
Has to be Jinx.
Just be Trinity actually. Collegiate, the champion is
Trinity.
I'm not a
What's
fan.
good? What's good mid?
I don't
the
know.
mid.
TF, I guess?
He honestly good.
Nah.
No.
It's probably
Yeah, it's not good, man.
either Ari, Rise, but I don't know.
Ari.
Rise.
You want to go for
Rise is not blendable.
No, because
Rise-
Rice got nerfed, and so I think Ari's
No,
actually
right. It's not. We're 12.6.
Wait, we're 12.6, right?
12.6.
Yeah, 12.6.
Don't ignore everything that happened today.
Oh,
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
We'll just ban. Let's ban an AD.
Timo.
Timo? No.
Ari is generally.
I like the way they do
Yeah.
Okay,
it.
we'll banning Ari.
Ari, okay.
Banning Ari.
In that case, then, in my mind, right, I think that there's two.
Because Ari is the only good pick to Rise.
So what is the B1 gonna be?
Jinx.
Jinx. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
There is an answer to the Heck Room, right?
The answer on R1 R2?
Zaya first pick,
And then Rise second.
right?
If T1 was doing it,
Okay, sure.
We are not an appeal to authority college. We just happen to say those words.
Ari is good into Rise. We banned Ari.
yeah, so like.
So we
Rise.
just respond with the handshake mid and then choose Hecker.
Kiana's so good.
So
at
the
that.
handshake mid would probably be like Victor to outrange it, Zeta to outrange it, or Corky or Azir if you're trying to sleep.
I think.
You're trying to sleep.
I honestly think they picked really short range.
Yeah, I think Azir is really good. I'll choose Azir and Hecker.
Azir Heckram?
Yeah.
Whoa. Let's hold off on the Heck Room.
I don't necessarily think Heckram is good with our comp, but it is just a strong
just
champion
good.
in a vacuum,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well as removing their way to get in.
I don't think we need to pick. Maybe we should pick
Okay,
away.
so I see the Azir is picked, but what are we going for the...
Or maybe do you want
B3?
just to choose
Just win it
support,
early
force
game,
them
then
to
have Rise.
Yeah, let's
So
go
not
for
Rise
it.
is here.
But the support matchup.
No, the performance is pretty important.
Yeah.
It's pretty important. I think we
Pick
just.
one
I guess
of
we
the
should-
cards,
I'd rather just
stop
choose
trying
We should lock
to
Heck
win.
It'll be a bit sore, but I think it'll be.
Because Trundle, them having Trundle doesn't mess up our
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Because we have
Azir
Azir.
Jinx.
Yeah, we're just Azir Jinx. We're not gonna get hit.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
We
Okay, we
can
just
go
Hecker.
Hecker.
So Heckram's going to be
Shape
B3.
of Gator.
Okay, words. Okay, so what are we going to see on this side?
Pretty sure Trundle's best
Trundle's
pick here.
good in a vacuum against
Trundle?
Hecker.
And we have good weak side
And he's not
possibilities.
too
because
bad.
all of them could weak
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a Toronto.
Band's coming out?
Alright, so we're
I think
first
we
ban,
should go with- we should go with
support,
top
which is good
Yeah,
for
we should
comp,
pick-
so I think
I don't think Jace is pretty.
I'd ban
I
Jay.
think
I'd ban Jay.
their comp looks
Because
He ranges all.
comp. Kench?
so even if we Jason,
I
even though
think
it's
that-
bad,
okay,
we
what-
don't really
what
have
support-
it's bad
what
in
supports
terms
give
of
them
like
a lot of,
synergy wise, it's
survivability.
good in
It's
terms of
good.
defensive
Yeah.
Against
outside.
us, yes.
We're banning Jace.
They're.
Yeah, we
banning
got Tom Kench.
You ban
So we'll go
TK.
for the Kench?
Tom Kench,
Yeah.
How can
We're going to unbench the Kench.
Yeah, because
But we're
otherwise
benching
Jace
the
is
Kench.
impossible
Benching the
to
Kench.
back.
Oh yeah, my bad. Oh,
That's a ban.
we are going to ignore that for the time being.
Oh, nice, you can move it. Nice.
Oh,
We're banning Jace.
Jace.
What,
Jace,
what,
before he's got
give
it.
them a lot of survivability.
Yeah.
Okay, but
What
GP
else
seems kind of
Jana.
stupid.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
No,
Yeah,
John's
John's
John's a little weird.
Because
Yeah.
he just gets
Is
run.
there like a support tab? I don't even know supports anymore.
in terms of early laning, right?
Yeah,
It's-
I
I can swap for it.
We
So
said
what-
top.
yeah,
Yeah,
other
that's
than
what
that,
we said top.
Wait,
What are our
Toronto?
other
When is-
options
when is-
for
we should-
them? I don't think
they
that
don't-
is.
I don't think
RGP is
Argus
not.
is.
I think
I
we
think-
I think
They
Is this
need
like a
the
free
AD.
weak
They
side?
need
Eight-
80 hybrid
eight-
damage.
Yeah, so
Sort of.
if
I
you
guess
if
Aatrox
you're
second.
Because
Because
of
if
Gragas
or-
if you
Yeah,
if you
but that means
choose
just Gragas are game plan.
then you can
Gragas
play
is definitely
Swampfire.
stronger
It
right
beats
now.
everything,
Yeah.
literally everything. Because if they choose
I
Cannon,
think
Do we have a counter for?
because one's
No, we have R5.
Cannon, it's
We
not
could, like,
bad, but
something
if he
like
just gets second
Lucian
MD shield,
or-
he's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roshan.
And
So it's been some
Gwen's
weird.
not that great because we're playing on 12-6.
Why not
Range
Gragas?
is dog
Yeah,
shit.
it's pretty.
Oh yeah. Gragas works.
I think we ban
You ban
We're going to go
Gragas.
for a Gragas ban?
I think GP's more obnoxious.
No, but we have
GP is
counter.
definitely
counter.
easy.
So we are going to go for
Gragas
Gragas.
is a free lane.
Yeah, Ventura.
Yeah, that's what
We ban Fiora.
So they
Fiora.
don't.
Ooh, Fiora.
Yeah, no, that's like they can't play. You don't play for the Gragas side.
I think those
Yeah,
are all
definitely.
pliable in Collegiate. I think
Okay,
TK's like
so-
sus, Fiora's kind
I
of
think
sus.
Fiora's sus.
Fiora's the- we should- we probably should have
sus, but
It's like
like
Fiora
no,
one.
There's some.
It's not that hard.
I know, but the Collegiate
just-
players
Rakan
have
isn't necessarily
gods.
strong, but
I think
We
we're
probably should
I think
advance
Rakan's
something
pretty
more
Yeah.
reasonable. Like I
With
really
Fire and then
But
Argus,
if
Rakan
we
is
we're
also
kind of like
mage,
robots
right?
No,
though,
Raz
I
also
think Fiora's
also
Yeah, yeah,
flank.
Yeah,
But
no.
they just pick Leon.
I think
There's a
this is
handful of
right?
players that
So
will
we
run
pick the Leon.
We'll put
the whole playoffs. They'll
No.
probably pilot
Does the
Fiora.
Fierce Soldiers attack Yes, it each does. people?
It is an auto attack. so
I think
it's
you're
nice.
playing too big brain.
Yeah.
And they were like,
I would
we're
believe that
like- we're
Berserk
kind of
would
mentally
make
attacking
the soldiers
ourselves.
attack nearby enemies.
Most
Okay.
of the time,
I think we
Only if
play-
it's the
we
same.
ban Fiora.
Only if it's in
It's
range
like
of
a-
Azir's auto
It's
attack.
like
I
a
think for the most
Fiora
part,
insurance
yeah,
that we don't want to
yeah,
have.
it's
We
exactly
don't have
the
anything
same
good with Red Alt right now. Rakan works well with that. Yeah, let's go.
But I feel like they just counter Leona. It's just not that good.
That's like Rakan.
What?
You said no Leona, right? So Rakan.
No, he's saying
No, they're gonna
Leona's
pick
a good
Leona.
No, if you choose Rakana,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
choose
gonna pick
Leona.
Leona.
I think we just pick Leona.
You're gonna pick up Leona?
Wait, I gotta agree with my teammates.
Yeah.
If they pick one, we play.
It's like
Yeah,
a
it's like
Thresh,
we have Trundle.
Because we're just playing
Thresh.
If we're playing bot, we have
Let's say
Trundle
Thresh
to mess
and
with
Trundle and
Leona.
Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
his
I think I
box is
like
really
the Panther
strong.
more from Rakan.
There's like
I like
one
Rakan
mechanic
is
that
better.
Collegiate doesn't.
Yeah, Rakan.
Yeah.
Rakan is
Okay,
that
let's go.
Oh, wait, we're
his
going
plays
to
1
Rakan?
second
Yeah,
slower than
'cause, like,
Leona.
Trundle's also been
Yeah,
Leona.
if
Okay,
we're
okay.
robots, but-
So what is our response?
We're gonna choose Thresh and we're going to choose Ornn.
Yeah. Agree.
Ooh. We're picking
Here's our
orange.
counter for an orange.
We can actually.
Does this go an R?
No,
Is that bad?
no.
I'm not a top lane player.
That's
It was
It's not
Camille
good.
and Fiora, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can we just?
And Jay.
Yeah.
You really messed
Oh,
up
that
the top
is
lane
true.
there.
It's actually good, but who
Yeah,
I don't
play
think they can
jungle?
go GP.
Does it ban
what's
How-
the-
how are they-
how are they gonna play
How are they gonna play? How are they gonna touch Azir?
What's good in
Or
Team
Jinx.
jungle?
Or Jinx.
Or Jinx, we have Thresh. And or Roman.
They need to put him in
Right,
right.
shit
Yeah,
on.
yeah, he plays it. I don't even know.
Have you ever played Gank in UCLA?
I would dodge.
Yeah,
If I saw this in solo queue, I would dodge. That's all I'm saying.
Cho'Gath.
If I saw this in solo queue, I'd dodge.
Cho'Gath top? Is it?
Dude, it's like
and
literally
so
like
pull
if
up
I'm
U.GG.
it's like
Cho'Gath is okay
and
too.
you
Cho'Gath
have-
scales pretty
What the
decent
fuck,
also.
dude?
Wait, no, but Ornn's scaling is even more insane now.
Oh yeah. Wait.
We have to play topside, to be honest. Unless we
Because-
have Dr. Moon, I don't know.
No one
But if we
plays
just
it.
play Shyvana?
No one plays it.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Shift?
We're shifting Trundle top and we're running Shyvana jungle.
Awesome.
Oh.
That's what I like to hear.
Pretty fair.
That's pretty good into
That's pretty
Ornn. I don't
bad.
know the Hecarim Shyvana matchup, but I think it's just a farm.
Shyvana wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time. 1v1.
And she upscales also.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the final draft. We have topside the Ornn Trundle matchup. Jungle we have the Hecarim Shyvana. Mid Azir Rise. Bot Jinx Xayah. And then support Thresh Rakan. So now that we've gone ahead and drafted this, what are our thoughts on how this game will play out?
I thought they chose Leona because that's what Ray said.
No.
No,
They
they
switched
switched
to
down
Rakan.
there.
They switched to Rakan.
Okay.
It's still
It's still playable.
Yeah, it's-
We probably would have changed it to Leona, but it's fine.
That's just fine.
That's
That's
just
still
fine.
good.
Yeah, that's just still fun.
I believe our comp wins.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let
but
me
you
tell
can't
you
say that.
why.
You can't say that. You have to explain why.
Let me tell you why.
Because you're better players.
We are better players.
Ah.
I
We
think
have
we're better.
perma mid lane prio. We can get bot prio. We just stack
We also have
drags.
perma top prio.
You guys can't kill top and get anything out of it, so you guys can't counter the bot prio. And that is our reasoning.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
Top doesn't get Prime at pre-6. Ornn beats Trundle pre-6.
Yeah, but we're not playing top.
Yeah.
So,
but
but
like,
that means you don't get proud for the
then
crab
that
on
means
315.
yeah.
Who you?
So we-
Crab
Who
is used
cares
as
about
this-
crab?
Crab is used as this pack.
But
this
still,
season.
you split
So this is
that
baby
path,
crab.
and then you can like you can still do.
Or how about let's
What
talk
What
about.
are you gonna do with a lead on Ornn?
No, literally, you won't get level 4 if you take crab.
I think the best way we can
It's
talk
only
about like
five.
choosing the best teams or drafts or whatever is talking about
Aspects.
how the lanes should go,
Yeah,
how we want to play our team fights,
yeah.
and then what lanes we're playing for when we get it, like when we have a decision. So, for example, our team obviously we're not going to play for Ornn, but we made a statement that Ornn should be better than Trundle earlier or not lose terribly, so he has prio, right? That is our statement. We're not saying we're playing for him. We're saying he has the ability to come to objectives if need be, right? And then so your counter argument could be like, mid has perma prio against Azir because Ryze has good wave clear early, dependent on if he starts like mana crystal, tier, a lot of mana so he can push because Azir has mana problems, stuff like that. I think that's the right direction we should be going. I think
Yeah.
rather than just like
Agree
yelling
on
at each
yours,
other.
Honestly, I think.
Okay. I say, so our game plan for our team, I don't know, just say if you disagree. We start top side and just full clear towards bot, see if there's anything to look mid or bot. If not, back, full clear again. We have prio mid, we can get prio bot pretty easily because we have prio mid. And then we get free dragons. And then we can just continue doing that for the rest of the game.
But I feel like even if you guys get dragons into like, if you guys are trying to scale into like the mid late game, our team fights are, I think it's just so
By
much
far
better than
better.
yours.
By
Okay,
far
okay.
better.
It's so
So
better.
I
I
think.
think
Okay.
you guys just have a more traditional front to back comp, but like Rise ult really enables us to do a lot of weird flanks and and are able to rotate across the map faster because like we have a much better like side lane clear. Yeah.
But I feel like it's also like in Collegiate, like that doesn't really happen. Like on God, like you're saying like you rotate better. I'm like, no, we do not rotate better in Collegiate.
Yeah. From my perspective, I agree. Rise does have pretty good push early game, and Xayah has pretty good push over Jinx. But I think by the time second dragon comes around, those mana problems that Rise has, that Azir has under Rise no longer matters because you have Lost Chapter. So once you have Lost Chapter and Jinx has wave clear on her own, the game's no longer for you guys about drag stacking, it's about finding flank angles, like you said, because you guys don't win in the traditional front to back. So in that case, if we're playing for a dragon win con, I think you guys lose by the time it gets the third dragon. Because most of the time, people want to do dragons off their spawn, so like 5, 10, 15, 20, or 22 rather. 22 is like usually when you get 4 in a row. But if there's a chance that we can delay 1 and it gets to 27, I think there's no way you guys come close to getting that 4th dragon because of the outscale factor.
To be completely honest, I really disagree. You guys are not beating us second, third dragon at all.
No,
Shyvana destroys Hecarim. Our bot lane wins with poke. Jinx is kind of really hard to play in team fights, while Xayah can just press Q and E and does like 500 damage with a lethality build.
I think you're right in that regard. Then it would be a matter of us probably just having to trade then, since you probably are not going to get prio mid or bot if you're going to play in that way, like playing for that dragon, right? So if you're pushing on the 30-second timer or the 10-second timer, if we know we can't get in there before you guys can because you guys are physically stronger in terms of build, then we'll cross map into playing plates and shifting someone else downside, so we can kind of like shore up the losses on that dragon side, right?
Yeah, and even if you guys get first 3 dragons, if we get 1 herald out of 2, we get 2 of the first outer towers before third dragon. Like we get top mid outer tower, we open up the map, we can look for just stealing camps. Our gold income is going to be higher, and then by 4th dragon, there's no way you win the fight at all, ever. Even if you get a flank angle, you can't cover everything. Like there's no way you get every single possible angle to kill Jinx and Azir. We have Thresh, we have Ornn Peel that can go on either side. We have Hecarim that can go on either side. We have we have Azir wall that'll block half of your side if you decide to flank.
Also, I feel like Rise ultimates are really
Rise is
organized.
Yeah, I think Rise ultimates are like
coordinate.
so great.
Right? So it should be easy to coordinate.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Wait, what?
all
Yeah,
good.
You guys are in Collegiate.
We're in
though.
Collegiate.
Like we have definitely played.
Have you seen our TF plays?
So, okay, we can say like the same thing for
Sorry,
Azir. Like Azir is not going to be the best player.
Yeah,
I think that is our task, right? It probably should have been Courtney actually, or Victor.
And the brush too.
I think that Thresh is right.
I think if this is Collegiate,
Yeah.
by the 3rd drag and it's going to 4th, our team comp is just going to have such a big gold lead that you guys are not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
Wait, how are we getting?
But yeah, how are we gonna get how hard gold lead?
I think
we
it's
get
at
1
least
herald
by
and
6k by 3rd drag.
But how though? Because if you guys are playing like the early game, like I definitely feel like after, like Ornn wins pre-6, right? And then once Azir gets Lost Chapter, mid lane is pretty easy to play.
No, I think
I completely disagree. Azir's damage is 0 and Rise has perma push.
Yeah.
That's so.
What
that's
kind of
so
Azir
cap.
are we thinking? What runes are you thinking on Azir?
I don't think it should matter.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't think it matters.
I think
You don't
it's-
think
it's-
there's a
I think
difference?
it does. If you're
Yeah,
definitely
take
wins a 1v1, but if you're accounting
Does
for
he
the
win
wave,
a 1v1
though, I don't think so.
Yeah, by far.
Against you,
Yeah, well, not by mid
played
game.
that matchup?
By mid game,
Not by mid.
is Zero into Rise?
No, I don't-
Wait, let me-
yeah, he definitely wins
Okay,
in a
let me-
1v1 sense, but if you're accounting for the wave, Rise can wave clear much faster than Azir.
I have a question.
Let me explain how the matchup goes because because Rise definitely gets hard shove at like most stages of the game early, right? Like for sure. Because Azir like
You can't do it.
you're so
You
useless,
have autos.
right?
Yeah.
But as soon as
Don't you get poked out when you're trying to
Yeah,
clear the
exactly.
wave?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're hard pushing, using all of your abilities in the wave, Azir will just handshake that. He'll let the wave crash in the tower, but while you're clearing the wave, it's going to take like 2-3 E rotations. You're going to get poked down. 2 Qs of W, like what,
Yeah.
4 or 5 autos. You're going to lose.
It's like 1 Q
at
to
least
It's like trading HP for like.
I have a
yeah,
question.
you're trading
Like,
HP for
Hero will
but as
never
soon
be able to
as
outgrow
yeah,
the
so
rest.
that's why the matchup changes as soon as Azir gets Lost Chapter because that offsets like his mana
Yeah.
problems.
I have a question for Ray. So you said by 3rd dragon you're going to be 6k ahead at least, right?
Yeah.
How?
Towers. pretty much.
But we're gonna get a herald and free plates while you guys are setting
You
up
get
finding
herald.
ways to do dragon.
Because
How are
we're
you
cross.
getting Herald?
Because
We're
when you,
cross-mapping,
if
setting
we're,
up
if
the-
we're gonna
Yeah.
get the
So
second
say we
dragon,
get dragon
and
at,
Herald.
when does it spawn? 5 minutes?
Yeah, and you're gonna get it on
So
spot.
we're gonna- so
you get that one on spot
maybe
for
like
free.
a minute after with 6 minutes.
So
So you
you-
do it incredibly fast with Shyvana double damage.
And you say Trundle doesn't beat whatever
One-
that champ,
or
or by
by
6,
four.
right?
whatever that
By
champ
8
is.
minutes, they're past 6. They're at
Yeah.
least like 7, right?
Yeah, but it's still like it's skill.
And then, okay,
It's
but
not
it's
skill.
2v2.
It is skill.
Trundle doesn't
It-
take skill. He just
Is it
No, it is skill. It's all
Okay,
on
say,
one.
say
Yeah, it's
even
one-sided,
skill,
right?
it's 50-50. We have jungle too. Shyvana never loses to Heck, especially after the
Wait,
change
what's
is
Hecarim doing
12.6.
before? Like,
Yeah, but are you guys winning the 2v2 against Orn Hecarim?
Yes,
Yes,
100%.
yes. No, yeah,
Every
well,
time.
Well,
I think they
Hecarim got nerfed. so,
The
like,
Heck
his damage
versus
beat him
Shyvana
on-
1v1 is so one-sided.
I feel like, just to input my own thing, the Ornn Hecarim is like highly requiring that Ornn and Hecarim get all the CC off.
No, you just need to hit one.
You think you just need one?
Because it's a chain.
one.
It's a
Because you
chain.
hit one, you can hit the other.
Yeah, well that's what I mean.
But you also just need to hit an Orn Q.
Yeah.
It's a slow.
If you hit the Q, it's over.
You think that's all you need?
I
Yes.
disagree. I think
I
it's not
completely
even
disagree about the 2v2.
I think
As a Hecarim, number one Hecarim, I can tell you from personal experience.
I think I will play for Ray's side. I think Trundle and Shyvana seems pretty difficult for Hecarim Ornn, but I think if they're taking Dragon at 5 minutes, there's a fundamental problem with the blue side players, because they should be, if they're taking Dragon that early, then there has to be some kind of punishment on the opposite side, right? Because
Okay, let's go through it then.
Yeah.
So Shyvana clears one.
so both of us
She
just
sees
both,
nothing.
both,
I think
both of
it
us going
should
top
be-
down.
it
Let's
should
just agree
be-
on that,
it
right?
should be-
No, we're not doing anything top. We're
There
doing
should be
top down
something
twice.
mid.
Okay, sure. So Shyvana clears first time, sees nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe she gets a gank mid or something.
Dude,
But we
right?
can assume she doesn't.
she's not getting.
You're not
Wait,
killing
does
it.
Shyvana is
You're
not
killing-
looking.
You're not killing a zero.
If
We're not
if
killing-
anything,
you're not killing one.
I think Ryze is the one that's most threatened by the early game.
Yeah, 'cause of
because
Hecarim.
you can't play versus Hecarim as Ryze. It's like into Ryze Azir, into like Hecarim Azir. Like if I'm playing Ryze, I am like
You're under your
leaping
tower.
my
Yeah,
pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, but like,
at
let's say
5 minutes,
Heck-
someone's level 6. Like Hecarim can't really gank you unless Ryze is just like really shoved up for zero reason.
Let's say
You
like
said-
Well, you just
Actually,
get
you
against Perma Prio. You just said against Perma Prio.
Yeah,
so how is
like,
he gonna
Ryze-
get Perma
Yeah,
Prio?
Yeah.
He can't even access.
But like that doesn't mean he's touching the tower.
But how can he
But
access
he's
the
past the
ring if
halfway
he's past
point, or he's-
halfway? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's
As
past,
long
like,
as you're
the wall.
past the first
the
pillar,
first river wall.
the
Yeah.
first river
Yeah,
wall,
You're in danger.
The
you're in
two
danger of
torches.
Hecarim. Because
Hecarim
even
goes behind.
if you EW him, you have to have less than 60 NA ping to get him rooted before the unstoppable charge comes through.
Well, yeah. Also on God, like the Hecarim thing, like it's really hard because
The EW has a
it's
buffer
not, it's
time
not instant.
on
yeah.
top of 60 MS. You're going to get rooted. You're going to root him at the same time he hits you, so he's basically melee range anyways.
And you pop phase rush and run.
my
It's hard to
opinion is
it's
phase rush
hard to
gets
say
him
phase
out
rush. It's hard to say
almost
phase
every
rush.
time.
What's up?
And like,
I think phase rush gets Ryze out every time.
It does, but it's hard to say phase rush. Like,
but you're
it's
not really
hard
trading
to say.
with Azir. You're
And then,
just
like,
putting
if
If
you
you're
have
not
the
if you're not
war-
shitting with Azir, you're like.
But
like,
then
it's like a
how
matter
are you
of, like,
getting
it's a matter of,
shoved?
like,
then?
Yeah,
HP
By
is
pushing
shoved.
away.
You're pushing him.
You don't have to hit him to
but,
get
but
shot.
you guys can't just like, how do I say this? Like
you
you
can't
guys
just
are
say
saying
like
like
you get killed
X-rays
without
you.
getting punished.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you do it if
Yeah.
Azir is sleeping, right? But like,
Okay, no.
Azir can't do anything. He's level
Let's
5.
say
level
Heck
4.
clears first 3 camps. He sees the gank because Ryze is pushing up, right?
yeah.
He ganks. Ryze flashes. Shyvana's pretty much done with blue at that time. Once the gank is completely done, right?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah. and
Shyvana can go into Heck's jungle. Heck can't do anything.
Heck can pull
Heck
Azir.
can pull Azir if he's not taking if we're not
And
trading.
then the 2v2 is just stronger.
You're not 2v2ing. Ryze.
Yeah,
Ryze has the flash.
He has
Dude,
Nubius
if
flashes.
Ryze-
Why
wait,
can't
let-
he fight
Because,
if he
let me
doesn't have
explain. Let me
flash?
explain why. Because every single time it happens to me in solo queue, on God, I get chunked up by the enemy jungler and they want to pull, and my jungler wants to pull me in the jungle. I am 30% HP chunking
wait.
my potions
Let
under
me-
my tower
Why is he 30%?
because
He either
I,
flashes or he phase rushes out. There's no in
Yeah,
between.
you the only way you do that is like if you have to like just know they're coming, right, and then play it really really well and then flash like such that Hecarim can't get on you, right?
Why do you have to know they're coming? Heck has to go
Yeah.
over the wall. You see him for 2 seconds.
But you're
you
perma
can
push.
flash.
You're perma push
Hecarim
out.
comes like how do I say it? It's either behind you or like from the side.
Okay, but say even if he comes behind you, so the the way Heck E works, if you flash,
It
and
knocks
Heck
you
E,
further
it
back. But
knocks
like
you
you
further
take
back.
damage.
it doesn't matter.
You
It's
still
just
take
it's
damage.
about the
When you take
damage.
damage from
You
the
take 200
Yeah.
damage.
Okay,
Not
200.
even 200.
That's so
That's
much
still-
level 3.
yeah.
What?
Wait, no, I think it's
But
like
you're
120.
flashing
It's
away
like
towards
120.
your tower. You're not taking any damage
You're
from
only
the zero.
taking the E damage, and that's like
You take
I
an
think it's 120. It's not
EQW
too-
auto.
it's
Sure,
That's
a lot of-
100.
that's a lot
Even
of
if it's 100, that's a lot of damage.
That's
That
why
is
I
a lot of
think-
damage. Wait, wait.
And also,
It's
it's
not
just
a lot
gonna
of
hit it.
damage.
It's gonna hit it.
200. I don't.
How is it
200
zero not
a rough
ranked?
estimate.
Yeah.
200 is
This
like
is
he gets
hold on,
you
hold on,
like right
hold on.
after a single
Hold
combo.
on, how is it Zero not going to be in range, by the way? How are we ganking a mid lane? You're pushed up, you're getting ganked from
And he's
behind,
not
and
trading at
Azir
all.
Oh yeah,
is
is there
He's
EQ
not
is always in
I
it.
think the
But
idea is that
okay,
if Rise
wait.
flashes the charge
Wait.
pushes him farther
Wait,
away.
Yeah.
but
Even he's not-
but irregardless though, even if Rise is like only like moderately chunked, right? Like as like the mid laner, right? Like I cannot walk back up to that wave.
Yeah, also, you're losing the
Yeah,
push
I
as soon as you
cannot
pop.
walk back up to that.
No, you're
wave.
losing the push as soon as you're
Dude,
popped away.
junglers on God. They want
Okay,
the to do
Can I
everything.
explain first?
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
for
So
it.
there's two situations, right?
Yeah, Rise is pushing.
One, Rise pushes. He's pushing every time. You
Yes.
can assume that. There's two situations. You can go. What?
It's if he's pushing, right? Doesn't he trade HP for push?
He does.
Okay, so that can happen, but he's
That
trading even, right?
It's
He's
not
not
true.
losing.
No, he's
What?
not.
No.
No.
He's
Because
he's
let me
hard
explain.
losing.
If I press E and Q on the wave, I cannot press E and Q on a Zir.
And
Because
Azir
Azir
gonna
is
queue
farther
already.
Yeah.
range, so he's not gonna get hit by the spread.
Yeah.
Okay, we can even assume that. That's okay.
That's like a law. That's like a law.
Okay,
Let him finish, let him finish.
I'm saying that it's an assumption that Rise is pushing
Yes.
and he's getting out traded. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Trades
he
HP.
gets ganked. There's
Yes.
two options he can do.
Uh-huh.
If he can't die and he knows, he can phase rush out.
But he
And then
loses a
he's
chunk of
chopped,
HP.
right? He's
Yeah,
chopped.
yeah.
Say he's 38% HP. Shyvana is clearing. She full clears.
Yeah.
Mid's chunked. She can't do anything. Bot's just chilling.
So there's no
So
evade.
she backs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she full farms again. Second option.
Yeah.
Not Azir. Rise flashes.
Yes.
He gets pushed away. He takes almost no damage. That's the second option, and then Shyvana can't invade.
I don't think he takes
No.
almost no damage
And-
though.
and
He
I-
takes like a
Okay,
good amount of
even
damage.
if he takes Hecarim E, Azir Q, and 1 auto, what, you're gonna be like 65% HP?
I'd say
with the red buff?
I'd say if you're hard pushing as Rise,
Yeah.
you're committing at least 300 HP
Yeah.
HP bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're underestimating
300
how much HP you need to trade in order to get
Yeah.
HP mid lane.
And then you also get ganked, so you can't walk up to the wave. You're gonna lose the shove, and then when Shyvana walks in, we're already gonna have Cryo in first move.
Mid?
yeah,
Yes.
you mid. There
3 minutes after. After like a back.
3 minutes after.
Okay, well,
not- no,
he's saying
we're not
you
doing
can't
it.
invade
You
after
can't
five.
invade as soon as you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he's saying, right?
No,
Yeah.
okay, no.
We-
If he's chunked, we're not invading. We just farm again because Hex gonna have his slower
Yeah.
clear,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So Shyvana clears full clear again.
Okay.
Goes
Yeah.
Dragon. Dragon's right about to spawn.
Mhm.
She can help mid, help bot, get push, get free Dragon. So this goes back to the main point. So what can you get while we're getting Dragon while we have mid shoved in and bot shoved in?
The
Or
thing
one
the
of
thing is,
each.
at that timer,
Right?
it's kind of like we're a little bit past due though, because I feel like as like a mid, if we're blowing flash right on like because we have Hecarim right, and we're blowing flash on Rise right.
We have to make a play on the second
We are
rotation.
going to
Yeah,
we're
we're going to punish the
flash
flash
like
We're
Rise.
going to punish flash lows. It's going to be way
Yeah.
harder to get perma prio always.
Yeah.
If
That's
Yeah,
No,
the
I'm
flash
saying Shyvana goes to the lane to help push,
No, but you're
right?
going that at Dragon though. Like there's like a timer between like 3 minutes and like Dragon. That's like because you have to reset and then full clear down again, right?
Yes, and
Like-
she makes it right when Dragon is
I would,
about to
I would
start.
say more like 5:30. Maybe. Yeah.
There's a timer I think like between like 4 or 5 like for levels 4, 5, 6 for mid lane that I really want like my supporter jungle to come.
It's like very sketchy for Rise to move up
I don't
flash
think
waves
it's-
on the
Because if
second
Rise
rotation.
gets flash, if Rise gets like flash flayed by like a Thresh, that could be Poro, right?
But why would you
your
pull at
Rush
5
wouldn't be able
minutes?
to come because we would have bot lane prio.
Do they have bottom?
But you can't die for anyway.
yeah,
do have
yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but they're not.
Yeah.
diving.
But you can't die for anyway, so it doesn't matter if Thresh
Why
unlocks.
can't we
No,
dive
but this
Jhin?
goes back to
You
what's
guys are
the
level
point?
3 or 4.
So
Nah, you can definitely pull off a
we
dive on Jhin.
put Shyvana towards mid lane. They push in the wave. We get Dragon.
That's at 5 minutes though, right? Like there is a timer between like
We don't have to do Dragon right on spot. Like
no no
she
no.
can.
But the-
Dragon's
the-
spawning. She walks towards mid.
But then we
pushes
get a
the
bounce
wave
back.
in.
Is
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
is the,
What I'm saying is that there is a timer. Like let me try. Like I'm thinking about how the waves go. Like I'm
because
it's
I feel like the
I think
longest
you're-
wait, the
as
onus is
soon
on them
as-
to start
as
as
soon
soon
as
as
you-
possible
as soon as you
before
full
you
clear on
lose your
Shyvana-
shove
Yeah,
pressure.
exactly. You're gonna lose the shove
That's-
pressure automatically, even if we're not hitting the wave.
As
If
soon as
you hold a dragon, you just lose your wave power as soon as you hit the wave.
No,
Because
but
you
we're
start-
pushing the wave into the tower. Where are
No,
we
but-
losing the wave? We
because-
already pushed it in.
No, because when you're taking dragon, the next one's already coming. If the wave is crashed already and you're getting prio, then the next wave is already spawning. You have 20 seconds
Yeah.
to pull, go to drag pit, do the dragon without.
Would you like to test it? You want to see how fast Shyvana does it? She actually does it in 20 seconds. Legit.
Wait, but even if it is
She
20
doesn't even need rise.
Wait, even if it is like 20 seconds though, like you don't get mid prio like after like you
Yeah, you're
commit
not
that
gonna
one. As soon as you commit like that like one like
So-
like we get the bounce back like as soon as what is it called?
I
As soon
think
as,
having
as, soon as,
two
as, soon as,
teams
you
is
get,
good.
as soon as you get your
Yeah.
turn on the dragon with mid wave, we will get our turn. Like you cannot do that like dragon that fast and then go back mid lane.
But
Like-
okay, he misses 1-2 minions.
I think having two teams without a middleman does not make this conversation very easy.
Yeah.
No, but it's still interesting to see what the points of view are. So
I see.
I'm basically going to kind of redirect it because we want to start doing the next draft here.
Yeah.
I think this, in like looking at this draft here, either way could work in a realistic sense. That if we're talking about collegiate, we're not going to actually have games be won necessarily through perfect play, like you guys are trying to mention. The likelihood is that someone's going to misstep, and that misstep is going to affect the game more than the actual champs picked. But when we're looking at this, we're kind of just identifying red side is going to probably want to get the early soul, and if they can't get soul, it's going to really stunt them.
Yeah.
Because we do see that there's massive scaling through the Jinx, Azir, and Ornn on blue side. And then, of course, there's the safety from Thresh. Hecarim has good engage. There's a lot of good components to blue side that makes it very strong late game, especially with the amount of redirecting Azir and Ornn present. So when we're talking about this, we're going to say that in a collegiate level, if there is this 5-6 plus K gold lead before like minute 18-20, it's probably a red side win because of Snowball. We're going to have Shyvana probably get a soul, which is going to be a huge amount of bonus defenses. We're going to see probably Shyvana go the typical Frostfire demonic build, which is going to have just in of
Sword
itself
shoes.
Sword shoes.
Don't
In of
forget
itself,
that.
a lot of damage, and of course it's going to beat out a lot of the more stunted blue side champs. Like if Jinx is at, say, like say Jinx is at Gale Force Zeal, and Zaya's got like Muramana, Eclipse, and then Last Whisper or something, and then Lucidity Boots.
That's a
Okay,
that's a large
that's a lot.
gap, bro.
Well, we're going to
I-
see him
I-
a couple kills bot side.
That's
Yeah,
not a
that's
couple
3K. one
I
tap.
would probably assume if it's
Is
at
it-
Soul, Jinx is on 2 and then Zaya's on 3. Not
Zaya, I don't
not-
think she'd be on three.
okay,
I think
well,
Zaya's
or-
gonna be close
or
to
two and a half
No,
to
it's
three.
definitely
2.6.
Zaya's items are cheaper than Jinx's.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
because she's going to lethality. And
Ramana,
Yeah.
lethality.
is it like PD like 26?
Yeah,
I wanna say
PD.
Muramana.
I don't think she goes PD. It's like
Wait,
wait.
Eclipse,
I
Air
wanna say
Mana.
I'm talking about Jinx.
Oh, I have
on
no
the
idea.
way to
It's Fire Cannon.
On the way to Whisper.
Guild Force
Wait,
Fire
wait,
Cannon
Okay,
is
they're
like
so we can get
26.
around there.
no, Guild Force
So-
is 33 and
32.
32, and then Mana Beam's 29 and Eclipse is 31. Is
It's the same. It's
That's
the same.
same
It
cost.
costs the same.
Yeah, so probably Jinx has like an
Yeah.
RFC or something, whatever they're buying.
Yeah.
Okay, but even then, the items are still favoring Zaya.
Agreed.
Yeah,
so
sure.
in the sense that if there is the snowball factor in a collegiate game, red side's probably going to win. If not, say, for example, there is some sort of way in which Ornn gets an early kill on Trundle that kind of escalates that lane in the negative way so that blue side has a bit more advantage to work with. They get free Rift Heralds. Say that Jinx and Thresh don't like necessarily get terribly punished. There could even be like something that occurs that they even might get like a kill out. Like anything that does not stunt blue side. Blue side's probably going to win later, especially if they don't let up soul.
Wait, on God though, there's also mid-game throws. I think that is the number one collegiate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to
Yeah.
be the draft and collegiate, because now we're talking about collegiate.
Yeah.
The draft is not as important as the one mistake that gets made.
Kaisen mid would have been
There's so many percent. Like I feel like every single
I
game
think
you
Kaiser's
watch,
hard to get.
somebody
Yeah,
gets
we're gonna
randomly
get
caught
hurt.
mid-game.
Yeah,
that decides the whole
I mean, we
game.
see it in
on
Pro.
God.
So
I do think like
I think that's like a good way of seeing draft. I like that we mentioned a lot of the
like,
different
even if they're ahead
matchups
in third draft,
with like how the dynamics
There's
go.
no way.
like,
There's
can,
like
can,
no
can,
kill.
So let us-
Can they brute force it? Is what I'm saying.
No way.
Wait, I feel like they don't need to. I feel like the thing is like in collegiate though.
You
like,
can start the new draft. We're just
Yeah, okay.
messing around.
So I would
I think we want.
prefer
I
if
think
the
they
drafts aren't terribly similar.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that
Okay,
is not.
for the sake of
Wait, what-
argument, we'll be red side this time. How
We'll
about
be
that?
red side.
Wait,
Okay,
wait,
so
what is-
blue side, red side.
Wait, can we change the format? I like the idea where Stevens had like where there's observers to like actually vote. So like we can have like 2 people sit out, and then you can be like the final vote.
Yeah,
in case
so
it's
who
1-1.
wants to do the drafting?
Oh,
then?
I'll draft. I'm really good at draft.
Okay, draft then? Or
yeah.
draft? Who wants to draft on the
You want
side?
to draft or me?
I'll observe. I
Okay.
want to see
I'll
how you guys
observe.
think.
Okay.
The twins can be the drafters.
Sure, so we have us
Hey,
three
Ray.
observers.
Hey.
So this will be interesting, because now it'll be us deciding what we like about a draft. And then you two drafting, twins
And
drafting.
you guys can draft, but do not say anything after the draft and let us speak for the majority of the time to prevent swaying of our opinions.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
The video may be over, but the episode has not reached its conclusion. Make sure to come back next week to catch the second part to this episode of TLG Talks, and thank you for watching.